Hello, everybody, and welcome to this live stream. My name is Sam Chlebowski from Motion.io, and I'm one of the co-founders here. Hope everybody is having a great Thursday out there. Gonna give folks just a couple minutes to file in here. And what we'll be doing today is walking through a lot of the key features and functionality of Motion.io. And I'm going to be responding to your comments in real time across LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, our Twitter X channel. Still feels weird to call it X, so I still just revert to Twitter. But so I'm going to give people a couple minutes and we'll get some things set up here on my end. But as you join the chat, feel free to leave some messages. We will be responding to all of the comments here in real time. And I can see that we now have 7 people who have joined us. And feel free, as you have questions, go ahead, put them into whatever platform you're viewing this from. And really excited to walk you through some of Motion.io's features and functionality here today. So to start things off, we're going to be talking about a couple of different things here today. And first up is one of the most exciting features that we've just released to Motion.io, and that is our brand new automations feature. And I'm going to walk through each of the individual aspects of how automations work in Motion.io and some of the powerful things that you can do with them. This automations feature, just for a little background, is something that we have gotten tons of requests ever since basically we launched Motion.io's Zapier integration, which allows you to connect other tools with Zapier and create these really seamless sort of automation flows to streamline your client experience. But with our native automations, what we typically call our built-in automations with Motion.io, you can set up these workflows directly within your projects to facilitate automatic things happening between project stages and various things that you might want to do in Motion.io. So what I'll go ahead and do here is I'm going to share my screen. And this is a account that I have set up. This is typically what I use for our various videos that you see me putting out on YouTube, and if you've visited our knowledge base, typically I'm taking clips of this, and this is really just an example of a built out, fully operational admin dashboard within Motion.io. So you can see I have a couple of projects in here. And I'm actually going to click into this Moxie Beverage project that I've set up. You can see there's no active stages or tasks in there right now. So let's go ahead and click into this. And I'm going to go ahead and show you how automations work in Motion.io. So with that, we're going to be talking about a couple different things here. And the first up is going to be task automations. So task automations in Motion.io give you a couple of different options. With task automations, the way that you get into them is you click on any of the tasks in your project and select this automations option from the dropdown. You'll see that once I'm in this modal, and this looks the same regardless of what you are automating within Motion.io, but your first step is always to choose an action. So the actions that you can choose from with task automations, you can send an email notification. So if I would enter in sam@motion.io, little typo there. What this would enable me to do is send a email notification to myself once this complete onboarding task I've set up has been completed by the client. You'll see that that is also an internal task, that's a client task. There is an internal task, which is another new feature that we'll be talking about just after we, kind of walk through how automations work. But with this automation I've set up, once this is completed, this onboarding form, it's pretty straightforward, includes a signature field at the bottom here. But once this is completed, Motion.io will automatically notify me. And that can be really useful when there is like a key thing that needs to get done or you want to inform another team member about. So, for example, well, I have myself getting notified for this task. A great example of another way you might use this is, let's say you have another team member who is responsible for something after that onboarding form is completed. You could send them a notification which would say, hey, this is done. You now have everything you need to go on and do this other work for the client. Talking about some of the other actions you can automate, you also have the ability with automations to activate tasks. So let's say that once this onboarding form task was completed, I wanted to automatically have this kickoff call task get assigned to my client. I could choose the activate this task option as the action, and then select the trigger event as a task is completed. From there, I would go and select this, complete onboarding form. So it would immediately know that when this onboarding form was filled out by the client, this schedule kickoff call task would automatically get assigned, and you would see it change to active within your portal. And just for the sake of example, I'm going to mark this complete on behalf of the client, just so you can kind of see what that looks like. The final automation action available for tasks is going to be archive this task. When you archive a task, what will happen is it will automatically be hidden from the client's view, but any of the data inside that task as well as the task itself will still be available within your project dashboard. It just won't be available in the client's view of their portal. And this can be really useful for things that, you just want to maybe move out of the way, or you want to hide from the client. They don't really need to see that after the fact. An example of a task that I might want to archive would be this schedule kickoff call task that, once this is completed, I don't really want the client to have access to this calendar anymore. So I would choose archive this task, and I could even choose the task itself as the trigger for it being archived. In other words, once this task was completed, the automation action set up within this task will go ahead and archive that. Something else to point out about the way that these automations work is that you're not limited to just one automation per task or portal page or stage. And we'll talk about stage and portal page automations in a second. But you can set up as many automations as you want for a single part of Motion.io. And this really gives you the ability to have different things happen at different stages of your projects. So that covers pretty much everything you need to know about task automations. And you also have the ability to do stage level automations. And you can see that in this stage, this project stage I've set up here, there is the ability to, or I've already set up automations within it. So you'll see that I've set up an automation that when this stage is completed, it'll automatically be archived. As well, when this stage is completed, it will automatically send an email to both myself and my colleague. As with task automations, you have the nearly identical options to choose from. To get into your stage level automations, just click this drop down, select automations, and then you can click add automation, and you'll see, like I said, it's the exact same. Send email notification, activate this stage, and archive this stage. As a final note about project and stage automations, you can easily review any of the automations that you've set up by clicking this star icon that appears next to tasks, as well as the icons that appear within your project stages. So I'm going to pause there and see if anybody has any questions about the way that these sort of two elements of Motion.io work. If you do, go ahead, pop them in the chat. Would love to respond to any of your questions here live. I'm here to help, and see if there's anything that I can do for you to get you using Motion.io's new automations effectively. With that, I want to show you the kind of final piece of Motion.io's new automation technology that's built into the app, and that is the ability to automate portal pages. So when you are doing portal page automations, the way that you'll get into them is, first off, click into a project. Once again, I'm going to select this Moxie Beverage project, and then click Edit Client Portal. So you'll see within this portal that I've set up, I have a number of different pages here that are unique to the project. And this is a project I actually have in a template. But the way that you get into your portal page automations is just select a page and then click the star icon here. When creating automations for portal pages, you have two different actions to choose from, and these are quite a bit different from the task and stage automations that I just showed you. The automations you can set up for portal pages are show this page and hide this page. So a perfect example of the way that you can use these automations is I can go to a tab and I have an example page set up that includes this reporting dashboard. So what I've done is I've set this page to be hidden by default, but I then have an automation where once the campaign launch stage is completed, this page will automatically be shown to the client. So I have a couple questions coming in that I would love to talk about right now. First question from Kathy. Can these also be set up in templates? Yes, Kathy, automations indeed can be set up at the template level. And actually, it's a good time to show you that. Also, I see that Scott joined the chat and has a couple questions. I'll get to those in just a second. But what I will go ahead and do is show you how automations work at the template level. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this portal and select templates here within my account. And I'm just going to go ahead and select this digital advertising template. And I'm going to click edit to get into the template. And you'll see, if you're familiar with template edits already, that it looks a little bit different from your view of the project, but this is kind of how you manage things within a template. Project templates, for anybody watching who isn't familiar with them, allow you to, in just 2 clicks, create projects for new clients from your templates and automatically populate them with all of the tasks, stages, and other things that you want to include every time when you create a new project. So this template that I have in my account here, not the best example. These are a bunch of just example tasks that I set up for some testing purposes and to record a video. But yes, the way that you create automations in templates, identical to the way that you would do them in active projects. For tasks, click the drop down next to a task, click automations. For stages within your template, click the 3 dots at the top of any stage, click automations there. And then as I just showed you, you can do the same thing with portal pages, and you can go in and just select a page, click the star icon, and then choose your action, set up your automations from there. So yes, Kathy, great question. Automations can be used at the template level. And I see that Scott actually had the exact same question, that it is something you can set up at the template level. And for an additional note about that, I would say that these automations are actually the most useful at the template level, because what you then have the ability to do if, for example, something is happening in a third-party tool or an external tool that you're using, you can, number one, create a project. For example, when a form is filled out, automatically create a project and add the client, have that project created from your template, and also include all of the automations that you set up at the template level. So one thing that actually might be helpful to show you of like how all of these pieces fit together is I'm actually going to open a Zap that I created here and that I use internally for some work that I do. And if you don't know, we have this program at Motion.io that I'm kind of in charge of. It is our certified consultant program where we try and connect people who do system strategy and workflow automation, sort of business process automation with other businesses, and to have them join this program and share Motion.io with others. And I want to show you an automation that I've set up to onboard these folks. So let's go ahead and I'm going to share this Zapier screen that I have here. And what you can see in this automation that I've set up in Zapier is that when a new form is submitted in Fillout, where this Fillout form is where I'm going to be asking for information from the certified consultants that I onboard, what happens is that I have this filter set up where if they are flagged as a certified consultant, it's going to automatically create a project for them in Motion.io. And this project includes automations already. So when certain things happen, certain tasks and stages are completed, it kicks off subsequent tasks and stages in the project. And you can see that I am using for that project my Motion.io account, and then I'm selecting my project template to have that automatically pulled in. So going back to my example account that I've set up here, and if you do have other questions about automations, we covered most of what I wanted to chat about, but feel free to drop those in the chat because we will move on to our next section here, which is going to be talking about internal tasks. So internal tasks are a brand new addition to Motion.io, and we're really, really excited to be offering this functionality. It's something that has been heavily requested by our users because one of the questions we would get before we released this was, hey, I'm loving Motion.io. I'm loving how seamlessly I can set up these projects from templates, onboard clients quickly, and provide everything they need in one location. But what I would also love is a way to communicate, what my team is working on internally. And admittedly, this is a problem that my co-founders and I had in our previous businesses, where it was always tough to communicate to clients like, here are the things our team is working on for you. Here are the timelines when you can expect them to be completed. And with Motion.io, we saw a really great opportunity to offer that functionality directly within our app and solve this problem that, was pretty challenging for us to solve in our previous businesses. And the way that we've done that in Motion.io is our new addition of internal tasks. So in this example project I've set up, you'll see that these top two tasks say client, and this one says internal, which is a little bit different. So I'm going to go ahead and click into the editor here and show you how internal tasks work. So the way that you create internal tasks is the same exact process for creating client tasks. You click create task in a stage, but then the difference is that you toggle on this internal option here. And you'll see in this internal task that I've already set up that it doesn't have that the task composer itself doesn't have all of the exact same options that Motion.io's client task composer it does. And that's because the purpose of these internal tasks are for providing clients information about what you're working on, and you're not asking them to actually do anything. So it's limited to just a title and then a details area. This details area, however, is the same as Motion.io's task composer for client tasks, where you can add links, you can attach files, and then you can also set due dates and automated reminders here at the bottom. So I'll pause there for a second and want to see if anybody who is tuning in has any questions about how these internal tasks work. A couple of things to note about internal tasks, which you can also see at any time by clicking the tooltip here, is that number one, internal tasks can only be assigned to your team members, meaning you don't even have the option to assign them to clients. A second thing is that when you create internal tasks, they will display in your clients' portals. And if I save this task and send it, we can go ahead and see what this is going to look like, which I'll show you in just a second. We do have another question from Christina that I will answer right now. And these can all be added into templates, so it can be replicated with a click to copy and paste it all. So yes, Christina, internal tasks can be added to your project templates the same way that you can add traditional like client-facing tasks in Motion.io. This example, I just find it's helpful to show you things in active projects for example purposes, but everything that I'm showing you here with templates and then internal tasks, all of that applies at the template level as well. Another question from Scott. We have two people who use Motion.io in-house. We see a use for internal tasks, but for non-users. Is this possible? So, Scott, right now, if you do want to use internal tasks with your team members, our recommendation, the way that it's going to operate the most smoothly for everybody involved, is to add them to your account, meaning, get seats for them. But there are some workarounds that you could do. If you wanted to, you could add them as a client in like a client-only project, but that also kind of defeats the purpose of internal tasks. The best option for you is always going to be to add them to your account. One thing to note about just project management functionality in general that we have in Motion.io, and this was a section that I was going to cover, but I think it's kind of the right time to talk about it now, is that when it comes to future functionality of what you'll be able to do in Motion.io, we are going to be adding in more options for these internal project managements. And a good example of that is internal tasks. Right now with internal tasks, any internal task that you create is going to be viewable to your clients within their dashboard. And getting back to that, we'll show you what that looks like. The client can see the title of the task, the details I added, the team members that were assigned, and also when it was completed. In just a couple of weeks, what we're going to be adding is the ability to totally hide internal tasks from your clients and also do things like have internal discussions about those tasks that you create. So, while right now you might not want to add seats for those people on your account, it is going to make a lot of sense for you to do so in the future. And we're really excited to be releasing this additional project management functionality in Motion.io that you're going to be able to use internally. So hopefully that answered your question. I know it was a little bit of a sort of meandering answer where I said there is kind of a workaround, but really you should add them to your account. The long story short was, in just a couple of weeks, I think that you're going to have a lot of really good reasons to add those folks to your account. Another question from Scott, and just as a reminder to anybody watching this, I would love to respond to your questions live. I'm here for you for the next 35 minutes or so to answer any questions you have, and there's nothing that I would rather be doing on my Thursday, so feel free to send in those questions. Also from Scott, we have a third unused seat, so we can test it. We have a solid process outside of Motion.io that we're starting to integrate, so we expect to get there. Awesome to hear, Scott. And it sounds like you might be using Zapier for some of that stuff that's happening outside of Motion.io. As a reminder to anybody who is watching or is new to the product, our Zapier integration allows you to do a whole bunch of different things with external project management tools. Some of the things that you can do, for example, is when a task is completed in Motion.io, create or kick off another task in something like ClickUp or Monday or Asana. As well, you can do the inverse of that, where if something happens in your external project management tool, create a task in Motion.io or create a project in Motion.io. Another comment from Scott that I just want to take a second to respond to: the project management functionality. If the project management functionality is as simple as Motion.io in general, we'd be happy to move towards this. We really love the product. Thank you so much for the kind words. Yeah, and just long-term vision of what we want to do is we want to give businesses the tools they need, where if you don't have a lot of things and a lot of processes running through a tool like a ClickUp, like a Monday, like an Asana, and you would prefer to do that in Motion.io because you like how simple and intuitive we've made this platform, we are going to have options for you to do so. Now, at the same time, if you have a really advanced project management setup that operates outside of Motion.io, you'll still have the option to integrate things with your projects, with your portals in Motion.io, but it gives you that flexibility to decide what's going to work best for your business and how you want to use the platform in the way that's going to best be aligned with your business. So love to hear it, Scott, and that's all just, yeah, fantastic. So I think we've covered everything that I wanted to just chat about when it comes to internal tasks in Motion.io. And what we'll do next here is move on to chatting about another really great addition to Motion.io, which is going to be our brand new Helpdesk view. And this is a super cool, super functional addition that we've just released. So if you are all not familiar, Motion.io has the ability to gives you the ability to create a help desk directly within your client portals, meaning that clients can submit support tickets, support requests directly through Motion.io and directly to the portals that you invite them to. I'm going to go ahead and go back to my account, and I'm going to show you one of the most awesome things that we have done, which is add this account level help desk view. So in your Motion.io account, if you have the help desk functionality, what you will now see is this option here in your left sidebar to access all of the help desk tickets across your account. And the 3 statuses for support tickets in Motion.io are open, assigned, and closed. So you see I have a bunch of closed tickets already, and then I've also assigned a couple of tickets in my account. With this view, what it really allows you to do at the end of the day is be able to have that person who is primarily responsible, or those people who are primarily responsible on your team for managing support requests, not have to click into every individual project. And our help desk is able to operate more like some traditional help desk software that you might be familiar with. Some of the options out there include Help Scout, which is something that we use here at Motion.io. And we're bringing that level of functionality directly to your Motion.io account. So you can manage all of your support tickets at once across all of your various accounts, or all of your various projects and portals that you've created. So I'm going to go ahead and click into a support ticket that I have set up as an example just to show you the way that this works. So you can see that this support ticket, I went ahead and assigned to myself, and there's already been some discussion about this ticket. So Larry Smith from Larry's Laundry sent in a ticket that says, "Hey, I have new product photos to send you for my website. Where can I upload them?" I responded and I said, "Hey, Larry, you can upload them right here." And you'll see Larry was then able to click the attachment option and just go ahead and add the photos that he wanted to send me. Within these chats, you also have the ability to respond to things. So, for example, if I wanted to add a reaction and say to Larry, hey, I got this, confirming that, I can quickly do so here. I'll use the rock on emoji and just respond to Larry and say, thank you. This is all taken care of. And then what I'll then do is go ahead and just close out this ticket. So that's the high level workings of how this new Helpdesk view works. Of course, you can still get to your Helpdesk by clicking into your projects, and you are able to change what form you are using for that Helpdesk. And the way that you're going to manage tickets is just clicking the option here from the sidebar on the left. To quickly show anybody who's unfamiliar with how these Helpdesks and the process of submitting support tickets, how that looks within your client portals, I'm going to go ahead and go into the Users tab of this example project I've created. A quick tip for anybody who doesn't know this already, you can actually get to your client's view of the portal by copying their magic link from the users page here and then pasting it into a incognito tab, which is what I will show you here now. And you can see that within this portal, this is the exact client's view of it. They have the ability to submit support tickets. I could say this is a new ticket. Oops, little typo there. And I'll just put in ticket details because this is just an example ticket. Something cool about when clients submit tickets on the Helpdesk page of their portals is that they can actually go in at any point and see all of the tickets that have been created and the status of those tickets. So you'll see that there was a sample ticket that is closed and then 2 more that have been assigned and this final one that was just created that is open. And the same way that you can respond to tickets and type messages in a chat window, your clients can too. So it provides a really easy way for clients to get the support that they need, get the assistance with whatever they might need help with directly in their Motion.io portals. So I'm going to head back to my account here because I know that we have another question from Cheryl, from Kathy. Kathy's question, will this connect to our existing support ticket in Monday.com using Zapier? So, Kathy, I am very pleased to share that, yes, you can connect all of this to your Zapier or to your Monday.com account. And 1 second, sorry, I just realized that I had this banner still in the way of my face. So the way that you could do that, and I'll actually just go into my own Zapier account to show you. But we have a brand new Motion.io action, which is a trigger that allows you to automatically send Motion.io support tickets to whatever app you might want. So I'm going to go ahead and click this trigger, and I'm going to choose the event that is ticket message. Using this ticket message trigger, whenever a support ticket has been submitted in a Motion.io client portal, you are able to send that anywhere else you want. So in your case, for example, Monday.com, if you're using that for your project management internally, great. You could choose this trigger of a new ticket message, and then you could choose an action that would be, Monday. I'll just search it quick. And there's a couple of different ways to do this, but I'm kind of just showing you for the sake of example. But you could create, for example, a item, and you could pull in the details from your ticket message automatically into motion.io, or sorry, automatically into monday.com. So yes, to answer your question, totally possible, and actually very easy to set up. This is one of the articles we have yet to publish a support guide for. We will be publishing an article for creating or sending motion.io support tickets to your external project management tool. That'll probably be up by next week. I do have it on my docket for you. So, but yeah, hopefully this kind of quick walkthrough shows you how you are able to do that currently within motion.io. So, amazing question. With that, I believe that it covers all of the things that I wanted to get through with regard to motion.io's new Helpdesk view and Helpdesk functionality. Any additional questions I'd love to answer. If you want to talk about Zapier, if you have a question about any other part of motion.io, would love to dig into that here in these last 20 minutes. I'm here for whatever you need. So yeah, just let me know. Oh, and then also one other thing about Helpdesk tickets that I did just realize that we skipped over was when tickets are submitted, you will get a notification here in your left-hand sidebar of a new ticket. As well, you'll be able to quickly view new activity about Helpdesk submissions directly from your project dashboard. So I can see that here. I can click in and see a ticket response was added and a ticket was created, but I can also get right to the help desk and see that there's been a new ticket created by clicking that badge that I'll see directly next to the help desk page within the sidebar. And from here, just as I've shown you previously, I can quickly assign this, and it'll automatically show as assigned to both me in my help desk view, as well as in my client's portal. And Kathy, love to hear that you think that that is so awesome. Yeah, we're really happy with our Zapier integration. It was something that we didn't know how beneficial it was going to be until we launched it. And we found out that just everybody was using that. People were getting a ton of value. And every month we're adding new actions and new trigger events that you can use in motion.io. And now you have that additional layer that's possible, which is the ability to do automations directly within motion.io. So yeah, thanks for the kind words. A few other things that we can show you, just because I know that there were a couple questions about using our automations within templates, as well as using internal tasks within templates, is I'm just going to go back here just for a quick refresher of how those work. So you can see here in this template that I've set up, which is a vendor onboarding template to collect insurance documents, order forms, etc., from event vendors that I'm onboarding in preparation for an upcoming event. I have these just two stages, which is onboarding and planning. So to create automations in this template, quickly go to my stage and I can select automations from the dropdown and then choose what action. And then the same way that I can create internal tasks. Let's say I wanted to prepare a onboarding packet for this client that I'm onboarding, for this vendor. And I wanted them to know that we were working on this and help them understand when it's going to be completed. So all I got to do is toggle on internal. And then with internal tasks in your project templates, you can actually specify the owner of that task on your team. This is something that you can't do for client tasks in templates, but you can do for internal tasks in templates. Another cool part about this and about creating tasks and templates in general is that you can specify a number of days after the project is created to automatically set a due date for this task. And you'll see, additionally, that when I added this task, it prompts me to apply this change to all active projects. And if you're not familiar with this, this is Motion.io's global updates feature. And this triggers whenever you create a new task, create a new stage, create a new portal page, or reorder any of your existing tasks or project stages. And I want to add this, so I went ahead and selected yes. And then you can see here that when I would go to create a new project from this template, it's automatically going to pull in this new internal task that I created. So I'll go ahead, create project. I'll select create from template and choose my vendor onboarding project. And then I'll go ahead and just give this a quick name. Select myself as the project owner. And great, you can see that when I created this project from the template, that new internal task that I created is included along with all of the other client tasks in my project. And this will also apply to the automations that you might set up within your project templates. So I thought it'd be helpful to kind of show that again, just because there were some questions about it earlier. So doing a final call here for any questions that y'all are watching this might have about anything within Motion.io. Just a quick overview of what we've covered so far. We talked about automations, where you can automate various actions within your tasks, project stages, as well as portal pages. Automations can be created both in active project as well as templates. We talked about internal tasks, which is Motion.io's new functionality that enables you to create and assign internal tasks to your team members and have them display in your client portals to notify your clients of what your team is working on and when they can expect it. And then finally, we talked about Motion.io's new Helpdesk view, which allows you to manage support requests and support tickets across all of your projects in Motion.io in one simple dashboard. So I see another question from Kathy. If you want to touch on tags and uses for them, I'd be interested to hear. Kathy, perfect question. I would love to talk about tags. That is a feature that we released a little while ago. I think it was maybe a month and a half ago. But yes, so tags within Motion.io, just for a quick overview of like what you can do with them, is they provide a really quick way to not only tell you like what project category you've created, but filter between tags in your dashboard. So what you can see here is that in this view of my dashboard, I have a couple of different tags. I have a PPC project tag as well as a web design project tag. And the way that these tags were created is I've applied them to my templates. So I have one template for a web design project and another template for a digital advertising or PPC project. And whenever I create a new project from one of those templates, it'll automatically apply these tags. So then in my dashboard, I could quickly go ahead and filter between them, which makes it really easy that, you know, if you have different types of offerings or different types of clients you are working with, you can apply these tags and quickly filter between them to kind of just knock out work on your various projects and move through your list that way. The way that you create these tags is going to be from the settings page of your account. This settings page is going to be only available to your account admins. So anybody who is just set to the regular team member access, they won't have access to these. But the way that you create them is you can just go ahead into the tags tab, and I'm going to just title this new tag, and I'll select a color for it. Let's say I want to use the red for this one and go ahead and click create. After a new tag is created, you can easily apply it to active projects retroactively by going into a project and clicking settings. And then you'll see that this new tag I've created is now here, and I can just go ahead and select it. And now when I return to my project dashboard, this tag has been applied to the project I created. With that, you can also apply tags at the template level. So I'm actually just going to go back quickly and change this tag because I don't want to call this new tag. I'm going to instead call it vendor onboarding and apply it to my vendor onboarding template. So I'll go in here, click edit on my vendor onboarding template, go to settings, and the same way that I can apply a tag to an active project, I can click on the tags tab here and select vendor onboarding. And now, whenever I create a new project from this template, you'll see what will happen is that I no longer, I forgot to select the appropriate template. Hold on one second. I'm going to go ahead, just call this vendor onboarding 2. Click create from template, select my template. And yeah, what you'll see now here is that within my project dashboard, cool, that tag has been applied automatically. So this ability to add tags at the template level can be especially helpful if you are creating a lot of projects at once, and especially if you're creating projects automatically using a Zap like I showed a little bit earlier in this stream, because you can apply these tags at the template level and then they'll automatically display within your project dashboard. So you can know exactly, what type of project that is. There's a number of other things that you could do with tags as well. For example, like one of the things that I've done before is I like to add a tag that helps me know if a project has stalled out. If, hey, this client, for whatever reason, stopped responding or stopped doing things in their portal. So one of the tags that I'll sometimes use is a tag for cold, for example, signifying that a project is cold, and then I'll apply that on a per project basis to help me quickly understand, hey, this project has been cold for a little while. Let me go ahead and over the next, couple days or couple weeks, I'm going to do some extra things to help get this project back on track. And I could just apply that at the individual project level by going into my active project and just selecting it as I showed you previously from the settings page. So yeah, Kathy, hopefully that answered kind of all of the things that you can do with tags. If it didn't, just let me know. I'm happy to cover anything else that you want to go through with the time that we have left here today. But yeah, the tags are really useful in Motion.io. It just makes filtering between projects so simple and really helps you get this sort of high-level view of different types and different categories of projects all at once. So yeah, awesome. Glad to hear it was helpful. So I think that about does it for this live stream. Thanks you all so much for tuning in. If there are final questions, I'll give it 30 seconds here before we sign off. For anybody who might be new to Motion.io, you're just kind of hearing about us at the first time, you haven't tried it out, would love to have you sign up for a free trial with us. I will put a link to go ahead and register for a free trial directly in our chat here. You can, of course, just go to our website, but the link to register for a free trial is just app.motion.io/register. That'll take you to the registration page where you just have to answer a couple quick questions and can immediately start using Motion.io for free for 14 days. And amazing stuff. Comment from the fiery well. Yeah, great to hear that you're excited to try out all of this. As a note, too, if you need help setting up your account as you're getting going, just reach out to us. Our support inbox is always open. And the way that you can get to that is just sending us an email at hello@motion.io. But you can also click the blue Contact Us widget that you'll see in the bottom right hand of your account here. That'll open up our support ticket system, and you can just go ahead and enter in any question or anything you need help with there. We also, as a final note, have a very in-depth knowledge base. I have been really trying to build this out over the last couple of months and really happy. I think we have nearly every question you might have about Motion.io is in there. Not all of it, but I think all of the major parts of Motion.io you can find the answers to within our knowledge base, and it provides you a really quick way to just search for answers if you need a refresher or you want an update on a new feature within the platform. So yeah, that does it. Thanks so much for everybody for tuning in here today. It was great to spend my Thursday morning with you, and I hope everybody has a great rest of their week. Take care, and we'll go ahead and see you next time. Bye-bye.